from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, November 23rd, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. The Altamont was once Hazleton's luxury hotel. It opened in 1924. It operated through the 70s, often competing with Wilkes-Barre's Hotel Sterling for named guests who passed through the area. Now, after several owners and a controversial pre-release correctional facility, the historic Altamont is ready for a change. A $10 million project, 152 construction jobs, and 30 permanent positions, all thanks to $2.5 million in funding from the Redevelopment Assistance Capital Program. The funding to revitalize the former Altamont Hotel will be used by Hazleton Partners LP. The plan is to put retail space on the ground floor, offices on the second and third floors, and 62 housing units for senior citizens on floors 4 through 8. State Representative Tara Toohill, who has been a key player in securing the state grant for the Altamont, said in a press release, quote, "The redevelopment of the Altamont will immediately contribute to downtown Hazleton's revitalization by providing much-needed jobs, tax revenue, and more housing choices for seniors. The project will greatly contribute to improving the vitality of the central business district, which is our ultimate goal," unquote. Executive Director of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, Krista Schneider, said this will provide some much-needed housing in the downtown area and add vibrancy to the district.
We're really excited about the news concerning the Altamont. The building is one of the most important landmarks within the downtown, dates to the 1920s. It's on the National Register, so we are really thrilled that the funds are now available for this building to be adaptively rehabilitated and reused. We're hopeful that the housing that will be provided for seniors will be bringing people into the downtown that, could add some vibrancy, and the more people living downtown, the better. So we're very excited. This was something that we had hoped would be incorporated, moving forward. When we did our strategic plan, and so it's coming to fruition, and we're happy about that.
Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassatt is also thrilled about the revitalization and says it will be something great for the entire Hazleton area to see a historic building be brought back to life.
It was great to hear that another business in the Hazleton area has received a grant. When this project is complete, it will bring jobs and people down to the downtown area. We've been trying to revitalize the downtown for many years now, and this is another cornerstone for bringing housing to the area.
No word yet as to when the project will start or when it will all be completed. In other news today, a woman was struck by a vehicle outside of the YMCA on Church Street in Hazleton around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Emergency responders worked together to get the SUV's front tire off the woman's foot. Police have not released information on that accident. The woman was taken by ambulance for treatment. After several months of being without an emergency alert system, the Hazleton Area School District will now have a new system. Last night, the Hazleton Area School Board voted to approve the use of Remind 101 as the district mass notification system. The system will allow anyone who has a cell phone that receives text messages to subscribe to receive Hazleton Area School District generated text messages. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Craig Butler, says the system will not cost the district anything.
The e-alert system, which for reasons beyond our control was taken away from the district, we are looking to replace that with this Remind 101, which is completely free for the district. It gives district officials the opportunity to communicate quickly with parents through email, through text. I don't think there's a phone calling capacity, but we're missing that. We desperately need that. We grew so accustomed to the alert, and it was such a great advantage for us that to have this approved by the board tonight.
The busing issues have calmed down over the past few weeks, and Dr. Butler gave us an update.
We have concluded the review of all routes, and we're reviewing now all bus passes for students throughout the district. We're going to be sending those bus passes to our families, to our students, through the principals, through the buildings. We're going to have a little review period excuse me, during which the parents will be able to look at the past, make sure there aren't mistakes, and that it makes sense. And as soon as we get those back, troubleshoot the problems, which are anticipating to be few, then we're going to go ahead and enact the new routes and new passes.
The next regularly scheduled board meeting is Monday, December 5th. Governor Tom Wolf signed a bill repealing the ban on semi-automatic rifles for hunting in Pennsylvania. It would also allow for the use of air and gas-powered rifles, though hunters can't use them yet. The Pennsylvania Game Commission still has to set regulations on when and where hunters can use them. Supporters of lifting the ban thought such weapons useful against predators such as varmints and coyotes. The first day of deer hunting season is this coming Monday, November 28th. Former Attorney General Kathleen Kane will appeal her conviction, appeal her perjury case, and the sentence. Kane was convicted of perjury and obstruction this fall for leaking grand jury documents to the Philadelphia Daily News and lying about it. She was sentenced to 10 to 23 months in jail. She will appeal both. She's hired Harrisburg lawyer Joshua Locke to handle her appeal. A court filing Tuesday didn't indicate what legal claims she'll raise to seek a new trial. She's free on $75,000 cash bail. Well, students from MMI School in Freeland took time out of their schoolwork to pay thanks to the founders of the school on this Wednesday, Eckley and Sophia Cox. Senior class officers, students, faculty laid a wreath at the Cox's gravesite on the grounds of St. James Episcopal Church in Drifton, a church that the Coxes also founded. Founded in 1879, MMI Prep was first a night school giving area minors the chance to educate themselves. Senior class president Dana Corrado said it was a day of thanks to their founders and a day to teach the younger students about the Coxes.
Yeah, it's just really important for the kids to know why the school is what it is, the importance, the dedication that Eckley and Sophia had to the school. And so, I mean, it was really nice. We changed it up a little this year and included the entire school instead of just the new kids. So it was nice for everyone to experience it this year.
Senior Nick Young laid the wreath on the gravesite and said it was an honor to do so.
Laying the wreath sort of really just gave me a strong connection with the school that I've been going to for the past 6 years of my life, and just made me that much closer to my school community and all those who have came here before me.
As Young placed the wreath on their grave, class of 1979 graduate and secretary of the MMI Board of Directors, Rich DiLiberto, reminisced about doing the same thing when he was a senior at MMI.
I was very spot in 1979, 36 years ago, and was president of my class and laid the grave on the gravestone to honor Sophia Georgiana Cox and Eckley Cox, and put the wreath on their grave for Thanksgiving, Founders Day.
Students, faculty, staff, and alumni hope to see this tradition continue for many years to come so their founders are never forgotten. Today, preschoolers at the Helping Hand Society gave thanks and had fun with their new friends from the Junior Leadership Program. The Junior Leadership Program is made up of high school students around the area who want to help make a difference in their community and do a variety of volunteer projects.
I signed up for Junior Leadership last year and I applied for it and I got in, and I realized that helping the community is phenomenal, and I just came back every year. I volunteer here every Wednesday and it's just a great place.
The students played games, made headdresses, and made a turkey and wrote down things that they were thankful for.
Basically, we are having crafts that help the kids kind of learn, to be thankful around Thanksgiving and just kind of bring the spirit to them and teach them early on.
With tomorrow being Thanksgiving, it was the perfect way for the students to give thanks. If you live in Pennsylvania but work in New Jersey, you'll only have to pay income tax in one state. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie has changed his mind and will leave the so-called reciprocal agreement in place. It is that agreement from 1977, which was those who work in one state but live in another paying just one income tax. Christie has been considering pulling out of it, forcing people who live here but to work there to pay separate income taxes in both states. Christie said they've been some budgetary changes and revenue increases, making the move unneeded. It's travel time for many of our viewers, and before hitting the road to visit with family and friends for the holiday, let's get a check on the weather and what we can expect over the next several hours. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with all the details. Joe?
Well, thank you very much, Ann. Kind of quiet as we head into the rest of the evening hours, but a little bit of a different story as we go into tomorrow and Black Friday. Some rain is on the move, and there's a potential, a little bit of some mixture early tomorrow morning, but doesn't look like it's going to cause any significant problems out there. But what about as we go into the weekend? Will we see a nice warm-up? I'll let you know coming up in just a few, Ann.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, one local organization is inviting everyone for a Thanksgiving feast. Plus, Pope Francis has made a decision in the Catholic Church that has many people talking. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Polai, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik. Tickets are now on sale for the annual Sounds of the Season concert at the Alice C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton. Ring in the holidays with performances by the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, Fabergé Follies, Fabergé School of Dance, Hazleton Philharmonic Big Band Sound, the Tin Roof Brass Band, and narration by Reverend Anthony Generose. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. Sounds of the Season is brought to you by these businesses.
It's Black Friday all month long at Burger Buick GMC Cadillac Route 93 Hazel Township.
Save over $6,000 on the purchase of this 2016 Buick Encore all-wheel drive or lease it for $189 a month. Save over $2,500 on the purchase of this 2017 GMC Terrain or lease it for $189 a month. Save over $9,700 on the purchase of this 2016 GMC Yukon Denali.
Burger Buick GMC Cadillac Route 93 Hazel Township.
Burger family dealerships, drive with experience.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones. Tomorrow, people will gather around the table and enjoy a hot meal, and one organization is inviting everyone to attend their feast. WYLN's Abby Piskel has the details.
Thanksgiving or Turkey Day, no matter what you call it, tomorrow is a day for family and friends to gather together and appreciate one another. For those who may not be able to have a home-cooked hot meal, volunteers from CEO are hosting a Thanksgiving feast.
Tomorrow we will have the Thanksgiving dinner here, sponsored by CEO. We'll serve over 400 delivery meals and over 350 sit-in meals. We've been planning this event for about 3 months now.
Today, volunteers gathered in the basement of Annunciation Church, the former St. Gabe's Church, and started the preparations for everyone to enjoy.
You know, this is the potato peeling. This is the beginning of it. Tomorrow morning, the real excitement comes when they start, filling all the bags and getting things ready to give people a very nice and not only nice meal, but a nutritious meal and served with love.
The full Thanksgiving meal includes turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberries, and vegetables, and volunteers are happy to take part.
This is a great pleasure for us to do this. We look forward to it, really. We know we're doing something for the community, for some people who don't have what we have, and it's a real lift for us. We really enjoy it.
Again, CEO will be hosting the Thanksgiving tomorrow from 11 until 2 at Annunciation Church. You can place a reservation at 570-455-4994 if you would like your meal delivered, and you don't need a reservation to attend. Whether you're going out or staying in this holiday, we here at WYLN want to wish everyone a safe and happy Thanksgiving. For WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, our Aaron Harvey has details on a change in the Catholic Church from Pope Francis. Stay tuned. More news is coming your way here on WYLN.
The Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy
at making fine candy
for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land
that Victoria's candies
would one day be leading the rest.
Now that day is here,
for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
The Cheese Store and More is your one-stop shop for holiday favorites. Order your cookie trays, your meat trays, and baskets now. The last day to order is December 8th. So call or stop in today and remember their holiday hours. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WILN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WILNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WILN, we're your local network.
It's kind of quiet outside now across our area. That, of course, is good news. A lot of people traveling into this evening for a Wednesday evening. And, of course, tomorrow, Thanksgiving. It's going to be on a chilly note. I think we're going to be seeing temperatures generally in the 30s. We're going to have to deal with some rain across our area as well. Some leftover rain going into our Friday for Black Friday, and maybe a little bit tomorrow morning at the onset. A little bit of a mixture could be occurring across our area, but again, not expecting anything significant across our viewing area. That, of course, is the good news because it is a big travel time for everyone throughout the state of Pennsylvania and throughout the entire nation. Onto the numbers for yourself. You could see that temperatures generally holding only in the 30s, but the good news is the winds aren't that much of a factor. We know how the winds were whipping up across our area as we were into the weekend and all in early part of the week. Not the case now. They're generally under 5 miles per hour, not looking too bad. Temperature-wise, how we did for the high and low. Here's how we fared out. It was a chilly day today. We couldn't get out of the 30s, 37 degrees, and take a look at that morning low, just how cold it got. A little bit before 7 o'clock, we got down to 21 degrees, and we only came in with a wind gust of 17 miles per hour. Throughout the state of Pennsylvania, generally it's kind of quiet. A little bit of some rain in northwestern PA, but the rest of us, for the most part, a few clouds here and there, but clouds increasing as you go out toward the central part of the nation. Temperatures generally holding in the 30s to 40s, and it's near 50 degrees in Pittsburgh. The winds, again, not too much of a factor across our region, generally averaging about 5 or so miles per hour. Now, as we go through tonight, kind of quiet as we start out, and then going into early tomorrow morning. The onset may have a little bit of a wintry mix. Won't last that long. Primarily it's going to be rain. We'll be getting above freezing. That's the good news. Near 40 degrees, some leftover scattered showers for Friday, 42. And then as we go into the weekend, it's going to be kind of quiet. No precipitation to deal with. And it gets a little bit milder as we go into the middle part of next week. We'll have more for you coming up after the break.
It's a Black Friday sales event all month long at Berger Mazda, Route 93, Hazel Township.
2016 Mazda 3i Touring, 0% financing or lease for only $169 a month. 2016 Mazda 6i Sport, 0% financing or lease for only $189 a month. 2016 Mazda CX-3, 0% financing or lease for only $219 a month.
At Berger Mazda, Route 93, Hazel Township.
Berger Family Dealerships, drive with experience.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
Tickets are now on sale for the annual Sounds of the Season concert at the Alice C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton. Ring in the holidays with performances by the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, Fabergé Follies, Fabergé School of Dance, Hazleton Philharmonic Big Band Sound, the Tin Roof Brass Band, and narration by Reverend Anthony Generos. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. Sounds of the Season is brought to you by these businesses.
If you are a Catholic and had an abortion, normally you have to confess that sin to a bishop in order to receive reconciliation. But Pope Francis is now allowing priests to absolve the sin. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more.
As Pope Francis ended the Holy Year of Mercy on Sunday, he extended the special permission that he granted during the Holy Year for priests to absolve the grave sin of abortion. Pope Francis wrote in an apostolic letter that, quote, "There is no sin that God's mercy cannot reach and wipe away when it finds a repentant heart seeking to be reconciled," unquote. Pastor of Immaculate Conception Church in Freeland and St. Patrick's Church in Whitehaven, Father Michael Clotton, says all Catholic priests in the world can now forgive the sin of abortion.
We're in a changing time period. Again, it was always reserved to the bishop. But then slowly we began to change. Some dioceses in the United States, the bishops gave their individual priest the permission to do that. That was rare, but it did occur. Now, every priest in the entire world now has that ability to forgive that particular sin.
Having the ability to confess this particular sin to a priest will make the penitent more comfortable.
The Pope says that no sin is beyond the mercy of God. And put yourself in the position of either a woman who had an abortion, someone who participated in it, and feeling a lot of guilt over that sin. Having to go through a procedure to go through a bishop made that forgiveness rather difficult. So now it's done on a one-to-one basis with the priest. When that person comes to the sacrament of reconciliation, it is the understanding of the priest that the penitent is truly sorry for what they did. For them to come that far and to be able to say, through the words of the church, "Your sins are forgiven," is a grace-filled moment. And it's a great opportunity to bring these women and men who have participated in the process back into the fold of the church in a very merciful, loving, caring way. And that's really the hallmark of what our Holy Father's been trying to do. Bring people back to the church and knocking down some of the walls and the barriers that have kept people from coming back. Now the absolution of that sin of abortion can happen on the local level on a one-to-one process in the sacrament of reconciliation between the penitent and the priest.
Father Clotton believes this move by the Pope will bring more people back to the church.
I just think that, as the Pope says, that this is a grace-filled moment, that no sin is beyond the grace of God. And I think it's so important that the Catholics realize that they need to come back to the church. If this is the sin that's holding you back, come back to the church. It's so important. At the end of the sacrament of reconciliation, you will hear another human voice say to you, through the power and ministry of the church, your sins are forgiven.
WILN reached out to Planned Parenthood for a comment, but they did not return our phone call before this newscast. For WILN News, I'm Aaron Harvey.
Thank you, Aaron. Coming up next, John Eric Poli is in for Eric DeBerdinas with sports here on WILN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our holiday forecast. Stay tuned. All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
The Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy
at making fine candy
for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land
that Victoria's candies
would one day be leading the rest.
Now that day is here,
for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
there will be no girls basketball season at MMI Prep. Well, at least not for varsity or junior varsity levels. MMI only has 6 girls for the roster, and 1 player will miss several games. That means the team only has the bare minimum for part of the season, and the players and parents were both notified of the school's decision. For the schools that had MMI on their schedule, they will have an option to forfeit the win or reschedule an opponent in MMI's place. Yesterday, the temperatures were very cold outside, but inside the gym at King's College, the Monarchs shooting was red hot. King's taking on Drew University, both schools coming off losses looking to get back on the winning path. First half action, King's with the lead, and Holy Cross graduate Connor Calais will make the steal and lay it in for 2 easy points. Then a District 2 connection. Calais finds Crestwood grad John Fazzini, who strokes in the trifecta from the corner, keeping Kings ahead. Later in the half, Kings showing out the passing game now. Ball will end up in the hands of Dan Rutecki, who makes a great no-look pass to Fazzini, and Fazzini will add 2 more. 4 players score in double digits for the Monarchs, and Kings gets the win, 99-80. Wednesday always brings one thing for WYLN Sports, and that, of course, is our Plays of the Week. We'll start in the district championship game between Berwick and North Pocono. Trojans' Matt Craig opens the game with a 65-yard touchdown run. They would get the win, 21-6. Our number 3 play comes from the great passing game of King's College. Dan Rutecki with that great no-look pass to John Fazzini, who zips in 2 points for the Monarchs. Number 2, Dunmore in the state playoffs. Screen pass goes to tight end George Cole, and he spins off a wimpy tackler and goes in for a Bucks touchdown. And our number 1 play from the same game, Kyle Lasher gets a hole, and as the hole closes, he pushes through and gets over the goal line to help seal the Bucks' victory. Yesterday, the College Football Playoff Committee announced that the top teams in college football, and Penn State is so close to making the playoffs. The Nittany Lions come in ranked as the 7th best team in the country, meaning they'll have to jump 3 spots in order to secure a playoff spot. This Saturday, number 2 Ohio State and number 3 Michigan will battle it out, and if the Buckeyes and Nittany Lions both win, then Penn State will be in the Big Ten championship game, and that gives Penn State a very good chance to be in the top 4 at the end of the year. That's a check on sports. Tonight on Late Edition Sports, we'll preview this Saturday's Unico game. Stay tuned.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
Alrighty, kind of a wet and damp Thanksgiving day. Maybe a little bit of a mixture early in the morning, but nothing to get too excited about. Maybe give yourself some extra time. You know, maybe you may have to scrape off the car or something like that. But other than that, I'm not looking too bad because temperatures should get up to near 40 degrees, and then some more scattered showers for Friday. Drive for the weekend, and holy baloney. 40s and lower 50s this week. Holy baloney, that's a new one.
That is a new one for you.
By Wednesday in the lower 50s. That looks pretty good.
The snow and thoughts of Thanksgiving have you all over the place. Is that it?
I think I patented a new phrase.
We'll get it copyrighted. Write that letter, seal it, and we'll take care of it for you. But everyone here at WYLN would like to wish all of our viewers near and far a very happy and, of course, safe holiday season. As Joe mentioned, some nasty weather for Thanksgiving and even the slightest bit of
rain.
Snow and rain.
Hey, I gave the turkeys a break, so I said holy baloney. Better than saying holy turkey.
Happy
night.
Thanksgiving.